Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome to The Splash Live. Forgive me, I'm texting and I have my glasses on here, looking all funny. Good to have you here this morning on The Splash. I'm Dave Scott. Great to be with you all across West Bloomfield and the general area. The Splash Live is here each Monday through Friday from 9:30 till 10 o'clock. And then right after it, it's the MegaCast at 10, going for another hour. It is part of our hour and a half of live local programming for you each and every day all across West Bloomfield. And it's on so many outlets. It's so easy for you to watch and or listen to the program. You can watch on cable. So that's where it all started, on cable television. If you're a subscriber of Comcast in the greater West Bloomfield area, thank you very much. You're helping to pay our bills. We appreciate that. And you can find us on Channel 15 on Comcast. Over on AT&T, a little more complicated. Go to Channel 99 and select the community you live in, and you'll be able to watch our programming. For those of you that like to watch us on the web, that is an awesome way to do it. You can go to civiccentertv.com. You'll find our website, our program guide, closed captioning information, and a whole lot more, and be able to watch us in full high definitions. Check that out there at civiccentertv.com. We're on Facebook and YouTube every day, so go to Facebook and search for us, as it indicates on the screen, at Civic Center TV 15, Civic Center TV over on YouTube, and then, of course, a lot of people like to tune in on the radio. 89.3 Lakes FM, our very own local radio station. Doesn't cover all of Metro Detroit, but it covers the important parts of Metro Detroit, and that is West Bloomfield and the greater West Bloomfield area. Good morning, West Bloomfield. Good morning, Sylvan Lake, Kegel Harbor, Orchard Lake, our neighboring communities, Farmington Hills and Bloomfield Hills, and of course, Walled Lake and Commerce Township. Good morning to all of you, and including those that we left out. Weather-wise, we have, kind of a cold little run here. That cold front came through, and it got windy outside. You probably noticed if you're running around this morning. Good breeze blowing, 37 degrees. That'll be our high for today. We will have some sunshine poking through the clouds, though. That should be really nice. Down to 25 for this evening, and then tomorrow, 38 our high, a little bit warmer, and then Friday even a little bit warmer yet as we warm up a little bit. It's going to be windy, though, as we get into the weekend. Saturday, it's really going to be blowing quite a bit. So weather could be worse, but that's what is in store for us over the next couple of days here in West Bloomfield. So a couple of people I want to congratulate, first of all, this morning, right here on the program. Sarah Morris is our new varsity head coach for girls lacrosse at West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield Athletics is pleased to announce Sarah is our new girls varsity lacrosse coach. She spent the last 4 years as the JV coach and varsity assistant coach, and spent the previous 3 years on the coaching staff at Walled Lake United. Sarah is also a USA Lacrosse Level 1 certified coach and is assisted periodically in the off-season with the Detroit United Panthers lacrosse program. So, there's more than football and baseball, right? There's more than basketball and hockey. And we certainly got a good dose of that yesterday, didn't we? With the United States beating Iran. How about that in the World Cup? But lacrosse, another great sport. And Sarah, congratulations on the new opportunity in West Bloomfield. And we'll have to get out and see some West Bloomfield High School lacrosse at some point. Congratulations to John Marks. He was recognized by the Jewish News as their Volunteer of the Week, and it's for his work with the Michigan-based nonprofit JARC for his commitment to the organization. John is a West Bloomfield resident. There you see John hard at work right there. Regardless, it says in the Jewish News, regardless of whether it's hours of filling or a custom wrapping 200 chocolate bars for a staff surprise, John is on it with no detail overlooked. He always has a smile on his face and some great entertainment queued up for his AirPods. Yeah, I do that too. John's only motivation is to do what he can to ease the burden of our staff so they can remain focused on ensuring that people at JARC are getting their done. That, by the way, JARC is a nonprofit dedicated to providing housing and services to enable adults with developmental disabilities to live a full and meaningful life. John, congratulations, and maybe we'll get a chance to meet you and get you here live on Civic Center TV one of these days real soon. By the way, talking about John just gives us a good opportunity to remind you that we're working every day in the upcoming Michigan Week celebration. It happens in May here in West Bloomfield. We always televise it on Civic Center TV, and it is a great opportunity to honor volunteers and recognize volunteerism in our community. It plays such a critical role in our community, all the volunteers that make everything happen. So I get a little video there. Sure, we could show that. Michigan Week, the opportunity to nominate volunteers for next May's event is right around the corner, will happen right after the holiday season. So we invite you to get involved in that program. Anything we can do to honor and celebrate the volunteers in our community, we are delighted to be doing, and encourage you to get involved in whatever makes you happy. So this news came across my desk a couple days ago. We've been so busy, I've not had time to highlight it, but I want to mention something that all of you who live in the northern part of our area know. Orchard Lake Road by Telegraph is open. There's a little announcement that I saw on Facebook a couple of days ago from the Road Commission for Oakland County. Construction on Orchard Lake Road to Old Telegraph to Middle Belt is complete. So that ran from Middle Belt to Old Telegraph. It's such a critical piece of roadway that's right there in Sylvan Lake, is so many people use that from the lakes area to get all across the region as they transition from the lakes area down to Telegraph and then off to wherever they happen to go. That roadway is beautiful. If you've driven it in the last couple of days, you will know that the Road Commission for Oakland County and those working on it did a really good job. We're delighted to have that project done. And I guess one of the nice things about it cooling off a little bit is that some of the road construction is cooling off a little bit as well. So we've got a couple of interesting guests coming up on the show today. We're going to talk to Curt Lawson, the Deputy Chief of the West Bloomfield Police Department. And he was on Fox 2 yesterday. We finally get a chance to talk to him today to learn more about the Stuff a Truck Toys for Tots program coming up at Orchard Mall. We'll get all the details on that from him. And we're also going to talk about something that's really an issue here in West Bloomfield, and that is deer auto incidents. Be careful as you're driving around the area. A lot of deer here in our area. Later on in the hour, we're also going to check in and find out how they're doing on that new Schuler Bookstore that's going to be opening at first quarter of 2023. This is going to be great. It's a huge, beautiful bookstore coming to West Bloomfield, and Schuler Books, local book retailer here in the state of Michigan with locations, 3 other locations around the state that are really great. We're so excited to know that they're coming to West Bloomfield, and it's just like Christmas. It's a big day when it happens, but all the days leading up are a lot of fun. So we're going to talk to the folks from Schuler's here in just a little bit and get an update, find out how the store's coming, and I think they can even tell you how you can do some shopping online now, even though the store is not open. So we'll take a break in a minute. Curt Lawson joins us when we return from the West Bloomfield Police Department. Good morning. I'm Dave Scott. Thank you for tuning in to The Splash Live. Right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com.
Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone, too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Dave Scott here in the Splash Live in our Splash studios. Joining us from the West Bloomfield Police Department, I assume live, there he is, live in his office, is Deputy Chief of the West Bloomfield Police Department, Curt Lawson. Curt, how you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. It is windy out. I can kind of tell by looking. We can barely see the flag waving outside your window there at the police department. It's a windy day, huh?
A little bit, yeah. I'd say it's, gusting up to 30, 35 miles an hour. So
yeah.
Not too many power issues within the township that I've been made aware of. So far, so good, and we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, that can happen when the wind starts to blow. I think it's okay to wear a sweatshirt on TV. Ever since Fetterman ran for Senate, right? He had the hoodie. This is a little bit more stylish than the hoodie, but do you think it's okay wearing the sweatshirt on TV in the fall?
Well, I think everyone's gone a little bit more casual than maybe I'm comfortable with, but I understand, comfort's everything, so it's okay.
You were on Fox 2 yesterday. Were you in uniform, or what? Were you wearing a tie and a suit and everything?
So I usually go on TV in a suit or a sport coat, but yesterday I got kind of crazy. I got the polyester on, and it went pretty well.
All right. And I assume you were talking about some of the great charity events that we have going on and Toys for Tots. And Toys for Tots is a huge program nationally. We get very excited about it here in West Bloomfield. And on top of the other things we're doing, the drop-off locations we have at the township and over at the fire department, number 5. In addition, we have this great program coming up at the Orchard Mall next weekend. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, of course, we wanted to participate in Toys for Tots. It's something that's been around since 1947, and they literally give more than 10 million toys to needy kids throughout the country. So it's a great organization. But we wanted to put a little bit of a twist on it. So we wanted to support Toys for Tots, and we partnered with Toyology in the Orchard Mall, and they've always been fantastic. But we wanted to do something for those dogs and cats that are up at the Oakland County Animal Shelter, and they really need our help. They're at maximum capacity. So we partnered with Premier Pets, and we're asking residents and everyone that's listening out there today to stop by Premier Pet, buy some high quality dog food, cat litter, pet carriers, heavy duty toys for those pets, because they really need it. And, it's the holidays. We want to help everyone we can.
So in addition, we're not just having Toys for Tots. We're going to have there's got to be some good acronym here that I know. Do you already have one? Toys for Vets or something?
We're calling it Stuff a Truck. So we're going to have
right.
patrol cars there. We're going to have hot chocolate for the kids. They can come and they can look at the cars. We'll have some goodies, but we want to stuff those vehicles with both toys and items for our friends up at the animal shelter.
All right, so it's going to be going on not this weekend, but next weekend at the Orchard Mall, and people can come by. We can see the brochure here. Tells us that it's noon to 6, and you'll have a truck there, and I assume it's just a big truck that our goal is going to be to fill it all up.
So we're going to have 2 police vans there.
Okay.
One of them we redone. The graphics on the outside are super cool. I think people will enjoy that. And like I said, we'll have hot chocolate. We'll have some goodies there. And really, Toyology and Premier Pet, they're very unique stores, and they're worth stopping by and checking out.
No, Orchard Mall is really a great asset. We love it here because it is really our only indoor mall that we have. And when the winds start to blow in West Bloomfield, it's a nice place to go do your shopping. It's a little bit more comfortable there. But it does have an interesting collection of shops and great shopping experiences that's a little bit different than a lot of the other shopping centers around Metro Detroit.
And also the great news is they're almost at capacity as far as their tenants. What I love about them, the ownership, the management of the Orchard Mall, is they're so supportive of the nonprofit groups, giving to others within the community. So they're really an integral part of our community, I believe.
All right. So again, people, they can go to the mall, do their shopping, show up on next Saturday, between noon and 6, bring toys, bring things for the pets at the Oakland County Animal Shelter, and just a really nice opportunity to meet. I assume you and other members of the West Bloomfield Police Department will be there and love to say hello as well.
We look forward to it, absolutely.
So, Curt, on another note, I saw a report. This didn't surprise me, but Oakland County has more automobile deer incidents than any other county in the state. And all I got to do is drive from my studio to your office and get evidence of it, because there is a wooded area between the West Bloomfield Township office, where their police department is, and Civic Center TV, and there are a lot of deer there. And they just scamper out on Walnut Lake Road whenever they feel like it.
Well, there's over 2 million deer in Michigan, which is, if you think about that, is absolutely amazing. And we have a lot of deer right here in Oakland County, like you just said. And there's over 2,000 deer vehicle accidents in Oakland County each year. So there is an issue. Now, how do you deal with that issue? And that's the problem. We're not exactly sure how to deal with the issue, because here in West Bloomfield, obviously, we're so dense, we're really well developed. How do you manage that population? We have over 100 traffic crashes a year right here in West Bloomfield with our residents or commuters that are hitting deer. So it's certainly a concern, and it's a problem.
You know, it's kind of funny because culturally, people think about deer accidents way out in the country when you're going up north. And if you drive around up north, you see a lot of like pickup trucks, especially. I don't know like pickup trucks, but they got those little deer whistler things right up on the front bumper. I don't know if they work or not, but it just seems that there's a lot more thought about deer possible incidents in our rural areas, and we don't think about it quite as much in more of our densely populated areas of the state.
Well, absolutely. And you know, in the fall, where we're at right now is the prime time for when the deer are very active. They're being pushed around. They're looking for friends out in the woods there. So we need to be aware that when you see one deer, there's usually others. A lot of times they follow each other in a single file line. So if you see a deer by the side of the road, you really need to slow down. You need to be cautious. The deer a lot of times they freeze when they see you. So you think they're going to move, or you honk your horn, or you flash your lights. That's not going to work. So you need to be very cautious. And if you're going to hit a deer, if you're traveling and you know there's no way to stop in time, we recommend that you do not swerve out of the way. You know, safely brake. If you do strike the deer, move over to the side of the road in a safe manner and give us a call, and we're going to come out.
Well, again, and that makes a lot of sense, and that's the warning and advice we're always given, to make sure that we do that, because you can create more damage and harm for yourself and others if you decide to swerve into another lane. You know, if it's going to happen, slow down as you can, and then you know, take what's coming, and hopefully you'll walk away, and I'm sure you will. But you could get in some kind of a spiraling thing, trying to swerve all over the place, and maybe get in a head-on accident, something that would be a lot more severe.
We just had one of our patrol cars hit by a deer about a month ago, so about $6,000 in damage. So, all
right. Well, Curt, thanks for coming with us. Be careful. I guess the best advice to avoid the deer is slow down. And you made a great point as we run along here. They tend to be in the same places. You know, you can't be guaranteed, but like our area, right between our offices, I know there's deer there. So if you're going down Walnut Lake Road by the Civic Center complex, slow down a little bit, because likely there and a bunch of other spots where you see deer, you know, they're going to be back, right?
And that's my suggestion in general, is slow down. What we've seen since COVID is people are definitely driving faster. They're driving more aggressive. I think everyone just needs to take a breath, slow down, be cautious. Try to stay off your phones and pay attention to what's happening in front of you while you're driving.
All right, Curt, thank you very much. I appreciate you being with us. Anything else we need to let the people of West Bloomfield know today?
I think that's it.
Okay, we'll talk to you again real soon. He is the Deputy Chief of the West Bloomfield Police Department, checking in from his office in West Bloomfield, Curt Lawson. Thank you very much. We're going to take a break. We'll be back very quickly, just 30 seconds or so, and we're going to find out about the new Schuler Books. It's coming. It will be here in Q1 of 2023. How's the progress going? We'll find out next right here on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for joining us here on the Splash Live. Tyler Keefe will be in just after 10 o'clock with a megacast, taking a look at stories not only right here in West Bloomfield, but all around the county and the state of Michigan. Joining us now is Alana Haley from Schuler Books. Alana, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
So happy to be here.
Well, it's good to have you with us. I know how busy you are. It actually is the holiday shopping season. And so thank you very much for taking a minute to chat with us. We in West Bloomfield couldn't be more thrilled that you're opening a big, beautiful new bookstore here just after the first of the year at some point. I'm sure you're as excited as we are that you're coming to our community.
We are. We had been wanting to open another store for a long time, but really we're waiting for the absolute perfect location. And West Bloomfield couldn't be more perfect. And we have been completely overwhelmed by the outpouring of excitement from people in the community about our opening a store there.
Well, you know, a bookstore in your community, it's just such a wonderful thing. It's a gathering place. It just says something about the community that we have a really good, high-quality bookstore right in the epicenter of our shopping district in West Bloomfield. And we couldn't be more happy that as a Michigan-based retailer, you don't have a ton of locations. But we're so thrilled that you're coming. But tell us about Schuler's. How are you making this work right now when everything is going online and you seem to be making these unique Michigan bookstores work and work well?
Well, you know, shopping online is great. It's convenient, but it's very hollow. You know, there are a lot of things that shopping online can't give you. They can't give you an author event experience. They can't give you a partner in building your community, making donations to free little libraries, having story times for your children. So we have a lot going for us that you can't get from shopping online. Bookstores have always been a great place to gather. I'm here in our Grand Rapids store. We have a mural on our wall, actually that welcome people to the bookstore as a gathering place. So I think that's one of the things that has helped us.
Well, and we have a terrific library. I don't know if you've been in our library here in West Bloomfield, but we have an amazing library. We get some of that, but it's just a little bit different. It's like, you know, I used to work in radio and music radio when I was a kid, and when a new album came out, it was the biggest thing, and the artists would tour, and they would stop by. And the same is true in your world. You know, authors like to come to the store, meet people, and that's a special opportunity we're going to have more of with you coming to our community.
Yeah, in fact, we've also had a lot of interest from authors local to the West Bloomfield area and all over Michigan that are super excited, and we're already scheduling author visits for the new store.
All right. So tell us just, we only have a couple of minutes, and we'll do more of this again. But for people that have never been in one of your stores, tell us what they can expect and what you're putting together here in West Bloomfield.
Yeah, so Schuler Books, local independent company based in Grand Rapids. We have a store in Okemos, which is the Lansing area, in the Meridian Mall. We also have a store in Ann Arbor in the Westgate Shopping Center, right up from the big house. And we celebrated 40 years in September. So Schuler Books is really good at what we do. We're a general interest bookstore. We carry all genres for all ages, for all people. You can shop online with us. So even though, you know, people do love to come to the store, our website did all of the heavy lifting for us during the pandemic and basically pretty much replaced our in-store sales with online sales. So we're really good at it. And our West Bloomfield customers, even though we're not open, they can order with us on our website right now. We have a West Bloomfield page that we update with information as we get it. But you can go to the website, place an order, have it delivered right to home.
Yeah, and we had that on the screen. I think Jared could put that on one more time.
Yeah.
There's your website at your Grand Rapids Cafe. Are we gonna have a cafe in West Bloomfield too?
Unfortunately not.
Okay,
The store is
all
a
right.
little bit smaller than our
Okay.
Lansing store, a little bit bigger than our Ann Arbor store. But we want to focus on what we do best, which is books and helping customers pick the perfect book. We will have new and used books.
Okay.
Which is great. We have customers that only shop our used book sections. And our used book section is a little bit different. It's very highly curated, and the books are like new. They're just cheaper, which is great.
All right. Is it okay to, and I think I know the answer to this, just to come hang out in the bookstore, spend some time and peruse and meet other people and just, like almost like you go to Starbucks, right? Just to relax a little
Yeah.
bit.
Absolutely. We encourage it. In fact, I'm in our community space in our Grand Rapids store right now, and a group just came through. There's a woman working at a table. We're kind of a work away from home location for a lot of people.
Sure.
We have comfortable furniture throughout the store to encourage relaxing while browsing. We're very family friendly as well. Our children's sections are typically some of the best children's sections in any bookstore you will find across the country. And we welcome kids as well.
All right, Alana. Well, all the book groupies around West Bloomfield are all excited. We couldn't be more thrilled. I know you're not opening, I think what you said, maybe early March or sometime in March, and it's a little ways down the road, but we couldn't be more thrilled. And I want to take an opportunity to invite our audience, if you're going to be buying some books for somebody during the holiday, shop local. And one way you can shop local now is by going to Schuler's online store and just getting some experience with them there. And then the day the door opens, we'll all come in and we'll get a chance to hang out in your new store. But we're very excited about you coming to the community. I just want to make sure you know that.
Yeah. We'll have a big party. I would encourage everyone also to stay up to date, to follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're kind of a big deal on TikTok somehow, which means we are shipping books all over the world, which is really fun.
Well, it's really great. You got a great team, and the fact that you're doing so well in a market segment that is difficult right now is that says it all right there. I also got online and I signed up for your newsletter, which is also a really cool thing to do, and you can do that on the website. I assume that's still there.
Absolutely. Yeah. On our front page, there's a little icon on the right-hand side up near the top that says newsletter. That is actually the best and fastest way to get news. We also have special giveaways just for customers there. So, our West Bloomfield customers can also be eligible for that if they sign up for our newsletter.
Alana, we got to go. Your website address, you want to promote that one last time?
SchulerBooks.com.
It couldn't be easier. Thank you. I know how busy you are. Thank you for your time today. We'll keep calling, and we look forward to you coming to town, and we'll throw you a big party when you come, all right?
That'll be great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here.
Very good. Schuler's will be opening up on Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield in early 2003. It's going to be a great store and a great addition to our community. Hey, that's all the time we have today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tyler Keefe will be here at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, if all the details come together right, we're going to be out and looking at Christmas trees live tomorrow morning in the show. Tune in. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:30.